This video is sponsored by PoketownStore.com, the best place to get yourself some TCGO code cards. They have a huge variety up on their website, including the new Battle Style set, so definitely check out the website and you can use the coupon code ZapDoseTCG for 5% of your complete order. How wonderful is that? Even for this stuff like Reshiram codes, Mew codes, LucMetal codes, Eternatus codes, Zacian codes, League Battle decks, you name it. Be sure to check out the website, it's awesome. Also, check out cardmarket.com. This is a European platform that I personally use every single day. You can buy and sell cards to people all across Europe, which is actually very wonderful. And you can just go on the website by clicking that link, the affiliated link in the description. You're gonna be helping me out a ton. Anyhow, without further ado, let's just get this video started. I'm already hyped up. Hopefully you guys are hyped as well. Peace! What's up YouTube, it's ZapDoseTCG here and welcome back to another TCG video on my channel. This video will contain the top 5 best decks that I personally think are good for Player Cup number 3. The next phase is starting this weekend. I'll be live streaming the entire event, so be sure to stick around on the channel. And the live stream will start approximately at 11:30 Central Europe time, so be sure to tune in. I don't know which hour that is in your time zone, be sure to look it up. Today we're going to be talking about the top 5 decks. So right now Battle Styles is not available just yet. We already see these epic looking artworks. Battle Styles will of course be later on today, so you're going to get a lot of content on this channel, so be sure you are subscribed so you don't ever miss out. I'm going to give you the list right now. Without further ado, let's just go straight into this video. This is based on tournament results, and the first list up right now is going to be ADP Zacian with Rusted Swords thrown in there. So as you can see, this has dropped from like the best deck in format all the way to like number 5. So that's pretty hard for ADP, but it's still around. Very consistent list. You do have the 4 copies of Zacian to use in Trepasaur on the early phase of the game. You have answers against Desi Goons in the form of Aegislash. You have the annoying captivating win of Mawile to get people by surprise and get them to slap down their Dedanes and Crobats on the bench. This is just perfect. Taking an additional prize card has always been great in the TCG, and with Altered Creation you dish out even 30 extra damage for the rest of the game. So that means Brave Blade slaps to 60 or 290 with Rusted Sword. That means you have answers against all tag teams in format, and that's very huge because if you knock out a tag team after Altered Creation, you get 4 prize cards. Then the only thing that's standing in your way from winning the game is like Great Catcher on the Dane GX or Boss's Orders. There's 4 boss in here. There's Eldegoss, there's Great Catcher. There's a lot of things to love about this specific list. You also have ways to dig through your deck with 3 copies of the Dane, so it's a very consistent ADP list with 4 Zacian, 3 Dane, so you shouldn't have any trouble finding those water energies and then going crazy instantly with Ultra Creation and taking additional prize cards. So I do love this list quite a little bit, and I practice with it a lot. I've played this in the OmniPoke Online Play League quite often, and I do think this is a solid choice for people that don't know what to play, don't want to like have counter picks in the meta right now. You can just play this. It has like a reasonable matchup against everything in the format, so that's pretty interesting. The only thing you don't want to see is Centiskorch, but sometimes you can also win against Centiskorch if they don't get their first turn Flare Starter or Welder off. So this is my number 5 pick for today's video, so there's going to be a quick video just so you guys know which decks are good right now. This is before Battle Style, so that's why this video is up right now, because of course the next phase of Player Cup 3 will start this weekend and I'm hyped. And the next, talking about being hyped, the next list is going to be Cracephalon. Cracephalon is a deck that also people refer to like as a Tempo Zard, but this is a list that is very good. I play a similar version of this kind of a build myself, and it's very good. You have of course Reshiram bringing the tempo to the meta game. You have like Jirachis and the Dane Jax and Crobat to find your Welder early on, and if you are able to Welder onto Reshiram early on, you're gonna be taking prize cards on Zacians. You're gonna be slapping into an ADP sometimes, finishing the job later with Flare Strike. This is a very great way. Sometimes you can even donk people that start with a lone Dedenne or a lone Crobat. So very strong, the Reshiram in today's format. You also have, of course, Blastoffalon, the one and only with Fireball Circus. 50 damage for every fire energy you're willing to discard from hand with 4 fire crystals and a whole heap of fire energy. you're gonna be able to one-hit KO the biggest of VMAXs out there, including Eternatus VMAX. You have two Cramorants in here. This is very nice. As soon as you see the Danny, you just snipe it. As soon as you see a Crobat on the bench, you can use Galarian Zigzagoon with a Scoop Up Net and just snipe that as well. Fion, make sure you can sometimes go very aggressively with your Reshiram to slap something that they already like attached an energy onto. And with Marshadow, you can get rid of the annoying Kadak Swells, and Mewtwo can get stuff on top of the deck. For instance, your one-off Bossasaurs and when time is needed, or just your Welders in general. So very strong deck. Sometimes it has some consistency problems early on, but Oricorio makes sure if somebody got knocked out, you can draw 3 cards every single time. So it's gonna be good. And this is my number 4 pick for today's list. Moving forward, there's another Welder list. On the number 3 spot, we have none other than Centiskorch VMAX. I'm a big fan of the Centiskorch VMAX with nets. I recently played at an online event and got second with it, so this is very crazy because this guy is able to slap a huge amount of damage for every fire energy, an additional 40 and a 40 base. After doing the attack, you can accelerate the fire energy from this Carpel to this Pokemon as well, so it's ridiculous how many damage you can get off with the GMAX Santiferno. If you don't get KO'd instantly, you can switch over to Heatran, which is also able to KO a lot of opponents with Hot Burn GX. The Giratina will make sure you can get rid of the metal coating energies against metal based decks, and you have of course that one of Cramorant in here just to close off games or just lead off games, knocking out stuff like the Danny GX. The Fion is also in here. As mentioned, you need that as a little bit of tempo so you can slap. This guy sometimes just does 120 if you whiff on the Welder. You can sometimes use Fion to take care of a little weak HP Pokemon on the bench, or just slap something that the opponent attached an energy onto. I'm a big fan of the one-off Heat Fire Energy, which will make it hard for like ADP Zacian list to just one-hit KO you. Sometimes the ADP Zacian with Rusted Sword do add in 1 copy of Leon to just one-hit KO a Centiskorch, so that the Heat Fire Energy will protect us. Also very helpful against Poison Eternatus. Not that Poison Eternatus is the most played Eternatus list, but it does help out with numbers sometimes with that Heat Fire Energy, providing yourself with extra HP. I've also seen that stuff working out where Reshiram slaps 300 and they do Galarian Zigzagoons to finish you off with the Heat Fire Energy. That is going to be a little bit more difficult than they might hope for. And also if you do math, they can do Tandem Shock like a PikaRom list. They can use Tandem Shock again and you still survive thanks to the Heat Fire Energy. So the one-off is pretty good. You reset Stamp in the late game and then the opponent is left to just face off against the ginormous Centiskorch VMAX. This is a crazy Welder build, so there's 2 Welder builds in my top 5. Number 2 is going all the way to LucMetal. Are there any LucMetal fans out there? If you are playing a tournament and you don't see any Welder stuff, you automatically win the tournament, right? That's how good this list is. You have the 4 Zacians with Intrepid Sword, which is bonkers. You can use the Full Metal Wall GX in combination with, of course, Cape of Toughness or the Metal Goggles. Your Zacians will become horrendous monsters where the opponent is not able to one-hit KO them. Even with Ultra Creation, even with a Rusted Sword, if they have the Cape of Toughness equipped and the reduction of Full Metal Wall, they actually technically have 300 HP and the opponent is not able to cut through them unless they're playing Leon, but who is playing Leon, right? What else is to love about this list? Having a great matchup against Decigoon, so it looks like all these lists are teched out. Cracephalon can make quick work of Decigoons. We have Centiskorch, which has the Volcanions for easy access to knocking out the crazy stuff in the opponent's list. For instance, the Centiskorch with the Volcanions, you can just knock out the Decidueyes right there. And what else is in this list is the Lily's Pokédoll, so you can pivot behind that, and afterwards you can just use Mellow Lana to just have yourself your way back to the active slot with, of course, the Power Plant. I'm gonna be shutting down any GX abilities in town, and that means no Dene, no Silvally, no Oricorio, and it's definitely gonna be helping you out quite a bit in a lot of matchups. So this is definitely a number 2 pick. Has seen a huge increase in play lately. Has a great matchup against Eternatus, against PikaRom, against ADP Zacian. So why not pick LucMetal? Just have yourself some access. You have access to the Tag Call engine. As of course with the Metal Lana, you can have, of course, a way out against something like Mad Party. If the opponent like tries to 2-shot, you can Mellow Lana. This is a very tanky list, and you also have an auto win against Decigoons in the form of Aegislash. So what's not to love about the LucMetal? And I haven't even talked about Zamazenta here. Zamazenta, the Dauntless Shield, will allow you to just be immune from damage from VMAXs. Compare that, like actually combine that with Marnie. You're gonna have an awesome time against a lot of VMAX archetypes out there. Okay, and then the number 1 spot on today's list, could you guess it already? We made a video about it and got like 5 wins straight. Yeah, it's gonna be Eternatus VMAX. This has slowly but steadily become the best deck in format, just because it is now not longer weak to hammer. So PikaRom has been left in the dust, not being included in this list even. And this list is running Eternatus VMAX, Dread, and 270 damage as a max damage output if you're able to slap your bench full of Darkness Pokemon. Yveltal, the perfect pivot. If you start with this, you're going to be happy because you can just retreat into your Eternatus V and go for Power Accelerator. Because of the high amount of Energy Spinner and the natural Darkness energies in there, you're going to be having the Power Accelerator set off on turn 1 going second, and then you're able to set the game, and yeah, the tempo is going to be slowed down with Power Plant and stuff like Crushing Hammer. So this list just goes crazy. 270, 270, 270, you win games. You have Great Catcher, 3 copies of Boss. That's how good it is, and you even have a 1 prize answer in the form of Spiritomb. So this is my number 1 pick right now based on tournament statistics. If you're still looking for a deck to play, these are 5 very good lists that you definitely should try out. They're top tier, they already won tournaments, so this is what you should test out for. Anyhow, hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick run through of the top 5 best decks for Player Cup 3. I'm gonna be playing in the Player Cup 3 as well. Hopefully I'll do well, and yeah, you'll get to see this live on the channel, 11:30 Central Europe time. So anyhow, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to mash that like button, subscribe for more Pokemon TCG content, and I'll be sure to just provide you with the best info in town. Anyhow, see you guys later, and yeah, also be sure to check out our sponsors, PoketownStore.com, the best place to get yourself some TCGO code cards, whether it's Eternatus codes you're looking for, LucMetal codes, Reshiram codes, League Battle Deck codes for ADP. You can use the coupon code ZapDosTCG for 5% off. They also have Battle Styles. Be sure to get some Battle Styles action going around, and if you're using that coupon code, you're actually helping the channel grow. So yeah, thank you very much if you're doing that. Also check out cardmarket.com if you're a European player. That actually allows you to just of course get cards for European players. You can buy and sell cards to people all across Europe, and that's fantastic. Anyhow, see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.